goals, making him a terrifying matchup for Köln's depleted defence. In terms of absences for the visitors, winger Martin Terrier is out with a problem with his hamstring. Breakout striker Christian Cafane misses out with a thigh problem, and veteran Lucas Vazquez is absent from the squad. There is some good news on the bench. Brazilian wingback Arta is back and fit enough to make the squad despite recent injury concerns. And as I said, Robert Hartmann is today's match official. Experienced figure in the Bundesliga will be tasked with keeping a lid on this fiery derby. This season, Hartmann has averaged 3.6 yellow cards and 0.1 red cards per match, indicating he's relatively lenient, but he won't hesitate to go to his pocket if the Rhine derby intensity spills over the edge. So, contrasting form for the two teams today. Köln are actually unbeaten in their last 5 league matches. There's 4 draws and 1 win in that time. It's their longest unbeaten run in over 3 years, last achieved back in 2023 under Steffen Baumgart. Conversely, Leverkusen have hit a slump, lost recently to Augsburg 2-1 in Bundesliga and crashed out of the DFB Pokal to Bayern Munich 2-0. Leverkusen do dominate this fixture. They've won 7 of the last 10 meetings against Köln, and they've beaten Köln in the last 3 consecutive league meetings, keeping a clean sheet in all 3 of these victories. They won the reverse fixture back in December 2-0. Now, don't expect a 0-0 draw here. Leverkusen have found the back of the net in 8 of the 8 consecutive Bundesliga matches. They've also scored at least 2 goals in their last 4 matches against Köln across all competitions. Köln haven't kept a clean sheet in 10 matches, and they've drawn 4 of their last 5 league games, and these teams haven't drawn in 7 straight meetings. So it's the factory 11 against the traditional giants, and the chase for Europe against the battle for survival. We are underway here in Köln, and the home team are just attacking from right to left early in this Bundesliga fixture. Ozakar has it on the left, plays it back into Simpson Puzzi. He moves it back into Ozakar, and he looks forward, left-footed, tries to play it through the lines, cut out by Palacios. Palacios plays forward into the target man, Schick. Schick tries to hold it up, but is unable to do so. The ball goes forward again for Köln, but Schick gets it again just outside the centre circle, left-footed, plays it out to the left-hand side to Grimaldo, and Grimaldo starts to move forward for the first time this afternoon. Gives it to Nathan Teller, gets it back again. Infield from Grimaldo, goes back to the centre of the 3 defenders, the captain Andrik. He moves the ball out to the right-hand side where Carl Breath gets a touch, gives it back to João Quansah. That's gone in behind Quansah. Chance here for Kaminski to break in. Kaminski's into the area, shoots just wide. That was a terrible ball by the youngster Carl Breath. Kaminski was onto it in a flash, ran towards goal, and his shot was just dragged wide of Blaswicz's far post. Heart in the mouth time there for Andrik as he tried to get back into position. And it really was a good opening opportunity there for the home team to take the lead here in this Rhine derby. Leverkusen take the goal kick, played up towards Schick, but one in midfield again. And now Bolters running down the right-hand side for Köln. Plays back to Sebel Onsen. The centre-back takes it forward a couple of yards, plays it in to Johannesson. Johannesson gets it into the box where Kaminski again is involved. He's in here, shoots. Oh, and it's a wild shot that goes wide of the left post. That is a poor effort by Kaminski. He put Grimaldo under so much pressure, won the ball back in the penalty area, got himself into a shooting position literally inside the 6-yard box, just the keeper to beat, and he swung wildly at it and it went wide of Blaswicz's left-hand post. Two amazing opportunities for Köln in the opening few minutes here in the Rhine Derby. And are they going to look back on those chances and regret being profligate with them? Leverkusen have not settled yet as they punch a ball forward out to the left-hand side, but that just goes out for a throw, which Mayner is going to be able to take. In fact, he leaves it to Sebel Onsen. And the Danish defender slows it down, looks for options, plays it into Kaminski. Kaminski plays it back towards Sebel Onsen. Alex Garcia comes rushing out of midfield, gets a touch on the ball, goes out for another throw. Rennie Wagner dressed casually in a hoodie, black hoodie, looking very calm and collected. Be pleased with how his team have started, but would have really liked them to take one of the two opportunities that have come their way so far. Kwanzaa has the ball, plays it into Schick. Schick tries to hold it up, unable to do so. Ball breaks again, and this time it's Elmala running into the left channel, trying to get into a good position. Ball runs through to Blaswicz. He quickly releases it out to Andrik. Andrik plays it back to Tapsoba. And the captain gets on the ball once again before moving it out to the right-hand side. And Carl Braith. Carl Braith gives it back to Kwanzaa, the Englishman. He takes a touch, brings it forward. Looking to be thread through there by Mazza, but well cut out by the Köln defence. And they come forward again. Elmala finding space in between Kwanzaa and Carl Braith on that right once again. Attacks down the left-hand side. Elmala tries to go around the outside. That's good cover by Kwanzaa. Just got his foot in, plays it infield, and Leverkusen tried to come out with the ball right down by the right-hand side corner flag. One back by Köln, pressing high. Ball bounces up in the air. Kaminski brings it down on his thigh, loses control of the ball, and Leverkusen battling, and I think they're going to come away with a throw. Now it's a throw into Köln, which the left wing-back Lund is lining up to take. Carl Braith just takes a couple of steps back away. His 9th Bundesliga appearance here for the young 18-year-old right wing-back. Had a bit of a nervy start. Lund lines up the throw and plays it short, gets it back again. Goes round the outside on his left foot as he won the first corner. They know he keeps it in, crosses it in, goes all the way over. Confusion again in the Leverkusen defence, and in the end Teller just smashes it clear all the way up to the halfway line where Schwab is waiting, and he moves it quickly to the right, and Sebel Onsen gets it back again from Johannesson, and they revert back to Schwab, who's deep inside his own half before playing that ball into midfield. And Martel, left-footed, tries to clip it out towards Elmala, brings it down beautifully, plays it back to the left wing back Lund. Elmala was offside as he ran in behind. Late flag there from the official on this near hand side. Hartmann delayed blowing the whistle based on the information that he wasn't being given, and it's a free kick to Leverkusen and an opportunity for them just to try and settle into this game, because it has been all Köln so far in this opening 6 minutes. They have been all over Leverkusen like a rash. Leverkusen come down the left with Grimaldo, plays it into Teller. Teller just drops back deep into his own half, lays it off to Tapsoba, goes out to Grimaldo again on the left, and Tapsoba moves the ball over to the right hand side where Kwanzaa takes a touch, gives it back to Andrik, number 8 for Leverkusen, moved out to the right hand side. Carl Braith takes a touch, goes back to Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa again patiently just plays it into Andrik in the middle. He starts to take a few paces forward, tries to play it through the lines, easily cut out by Martel. That ball bounces away, and Palacios in midfield is able just to get on the ball for the first time and try and settle things down for Leverkusen. They look hurried in their passing, they don't look particularly comfortable. Tapsoba moves it out to the left to Grimaldo. He tries to play it into Schick, but that's well read by Simpson Pusey. He gets the ball out there, and forward comes Bolter to the right of the Leverkusen box, comes in on his left foot, shoots. Oh, and that is a good save by Blaswicz. Dive to his right hand side, got both hands to it, deflected up in the air as opposed to going wide. Cross comes in now from the right hand side by Köln, headed away to the edge of the box. Martel tries to get it under, calms it down again, knocks it back to Ojkaka. He plays it through to Johannesson. Johannesson just touches it right to Bolter, and Bolter moves infield, and eventually Köln go back to Schwab. He seems to be occupying a position just outside of the centre circle somewhat permanently at the moment, the goalkeeper of Köln. And Köln trying to come through the middle. Is that a free kick there? Yeah, Hartmann, the referee, says it is. It's Elmaler who's bundled to the floor, and a yellow card comes out. I think that could be for Tapsoba. Didn't see who made the foul. Yeah, Tapsoba just tugging onto the back of number 13, Elmaler. And it was Elmaler's curling shot that tested Blazwicz moments or two ago. It is non-stop here from Köln. They are going at Leverkusen like there is no tomorrow. They've now got a free kick about 30-35 yards out, which they're going to take to the left-hand side of the Leverkusen penalty area. Just trying to see who's standing over the free kick. Well, Elmaler's in there. Bolter also having something to say about it all. Kaminski. Looks like it might be Bolter. Sybil Olsen's in there as well. And comes a shot from Bolter, and Blazwicz gets down to his left. It went all the way through. There's a good little touch to the side. Bolter left it in the end for Sybil Olsen, who struck it, and Blazwicz dives down to his left to make the save. Andrich brings the ball out of defence now, just rolls it to his right to Kwanzaa, gets it back again, and then moves the ball left to Grimaldo. Grimaldo takes a touch, comes back infield to Garcia, who just drops into the back three in possession. Tapsoba moves it out to Andrich. Andrich out to Kwanzaa. So Tapsoba's playing very, very central, almost to the right. And they're playing almost a back four in possession, with Alex Garcia dropping into a left-back position, which pushes Köln-Bayer high up on the right-hand side, and Kwanzaa almost playing in what you consider a traditional right-back position. There's a big switch out to Köln-Bayer, who's almost playing as a right winger in that scenario, but comfortably dealt with by Lund, and that's a throw-in to Köln on this left-hand side. 11 minutes gone here. Köln 0, Bayer Leverkusen 0. It's been all Köln, the home team, in this opening period. They've had 5 shots on goal already. Only 52% of the possession, but they've done a lot with it. Leverkusen trying to get their first real spell of possession, and they get a free kick as Mazza is chopped to the floor by Ozkaka. So it's going to be a free kick to Leverkusen. More of a crossing position than a striking at goal position, to the right of the box. So we're going to see this ball swung into the area. Alex Garcia is standing over it. Schick, an obvious target in the box. Tapsoba and Kwanzaa have also found their way to the edge of the penalty area. Line being held. Grimaldo swings it in, headed away from the edge of the box by Köln. It goes all the way up to the halfway line, where Köln-Bayer picks it up. He moves the ball out to the right-hand side. Garcia moves it out to Kwanzaa, gets it back again, the Spanish midfielder, moves it out to the Spanish left-back, Grimaldo, such a dangerous player. 8 goals, 7 assists in Bundesliga this season. He touches it off, and Palacios moves it into the middle once again, and Andrich just a little ball to Kwanzaa near the halfway line here. Köln-Bayer gets it on the right, he comes back inside, then goes slightly more central, plays it up to Schick, but it's good defending again by Simpson Puzzi, who's certainly winning the early battles with the tall striker. Ojaka plays forward, Martel picks it up in midfield, they've given it away themselves, now Schick's in, looks to place it, oh, he's hit the post! He went for the perfect finish, Patrick Schick. Tried to place it past Schwab. Terrible bit of play by Köln. First time they've been sloppy, trying to play it across goal. Schick intercepted, tried to then place it with a little bit of bend round Schwab. He got it round the keeper, but he hit the base of the post, and the ball bounced back into the grateful arms of the goalkeeper. And Köln now have had a big let-off. So not exaggerating when I say this game could already be 3-1 to Köln, given the quality of the chances both teams have spurned. And Schwab, dressed all in black now, left-footed plays forward, gets it up to Bolter. Bolter tries to help it on to Johannesson, who's breaking from midfield, but Leverkusen pick it up again. Garcia plays it down the left-hand side, looking to get Grimaldo on the run. Simpson Pusey just steps over, sweeps it up nicely, gives it to Sebelonsen. Sebelonsen moves it into midfield, and Kaminski now gets a chance to turn and run at the defence of Leverkusen. Takes it all the way up to the area, plays it to his left. Almala takes a touch, sets himself, crosses, and that just goes harmlessly into the hands of Blažević at his near post. Excellent counter-attack by Köln there, but Leverkusen already looking to try and come forward again, but Garcia then turns, slows it down, plays it back to Tapsoba. Tapsoba gives it to Garcia. Garcia into Palacios. Palacios just touches it off to Andrić, back to Tapsoba, just inside the centre circle to the left. Moves it wide left now to Grimaldo. Grimaldo thought about playing an early one in towards Schick, but changed his mind, came back to Tapsoba, and they move it through Andrić again, who's just moving up to the halfway line, out to the right-hand side to the youngster Carl Braith. A little 1-2 played with Mahler. Carl Braith looking to use his pace to get in beyond Lund. He's got past Lund, takes a little touch to come back onto his left foot, slows the move down, gives it back to Palacios. Palacios looks to cross, decides to give it to Garcia. Garcia back to the Argentine Palacios. He moves the ball infield to Quanso. Leverkusen just slowing it down once again. Little 1-2 round the corner. Carl Braith has it in a crossing position. Puts the cross into the near post. Oh, and that's a nice little effort by Quanso, who overlapped from right centre-back. Tried to flick it goalwards with his left boot from the edge of the 6-yard box. Forces a save at his near post by Schwab. Deft little touch by the English central defender. Good off-the-ball run as well. Underlapped everyone coming up from centre-half. Flicked it towards goal, and Schwab had to be alert at his near post. Tips it behind for a corner to Leverkusen, which Grimaldo has gone out to take. Crowded 6-yard box. In comes the corner to the near post. Flicked on. It's gone all the way across the 6-yard box, and it's headed behind, I think, by the Köln defender. Andrić was trying to come in round the back, and I think he's given away the free kick. Hartmann just waving away appeals for that to be a corner. Good little flick on again by Quanso at that near post area where he just had the shot. I could just see in my monitor that Andrić had a very big handful of Sebelonsen's shirt at the far post, which is why it was a free kick to Köln. And they get the opportunity to start again now in the middle of their own half. Simpson Pusey moves it out to Oshaka. He plays it back to Schwab, who launches forward. One in the air easily enough by Andrić. No real pressure put under him. Equally no pressure put under Martel, who brings it down in midfield on his chest, moves up towards the halfway line before playing it through the nine slicey to Almala. Almala's brought down, is he? No, that's no free kick, says Hartmann, and Leverkusen have it in the middle of their own half, and they're looking to just get possession under control once again. Palacios, nice little ball into Mazza. Mazza turns, gets it out to the left-hand side, where Grimaldo comes forward. He crosses early into the box, good header away at the near post by Simpson Pusey. Goes back to Grimaldo, he heads it back into the box, and Simpson Pusey hooks it away. Bolter tries to win it, does do well there, helps it off to Main of the right wing back. He tries to release Bolter in. That's another good save again by Blažević, who's quickly out as Almala ran into the box. Almala got into a good position once again. You can see why this 19-year-old has already got 11 goals to his Bundesliga name this season. Sprints in behind Quanso. Joel Quanso just came across, did enough, but he still got his shot away, Almala, and Blažević, as he went down, was grateful to see the ball just squirt up into his hands. Köln yet again causing problems for the Leverkusen backline. Quick, direct football from the home team, and they really should be ahead, and it's still 0-0 after 18 minutes, and Leverkusen, have to say, this feels like the sort of game already where Köln have had so much of the chances. It wouldn't surprise me if Leverkusen score very soon. Teller's trying to dance through and do just that. It's bouncing up in the penalty area, headed away by the Köln defender, flicked on by Johannesson, only as far as Alex Garcia. He bends one back into the box, headed away by Simpson Pusey, and Ozaka does so well on the far side to slide and keep the ball from going out from the corner, puts it out for a throw-in which Culbraith is getting ready to take. He throws it all the way back to Andrick. Andrick moves it over to the left, where Tapsoba gets on the ball, drops it into Palacios, gets it back again, and Tapsoba quickly spears it out to the left. Great control by Grimaldo out there, plays it infield. Ball goes back to Palacios again. Now Grimaldo once more. Grimaldo touches it off to Palacios. Palacios trying to play it in for the runner, Grimaldo. Well reached by Sebalonson. Cleared forward by Cole. That's a bad touch. Oh, he's just about got away with that. Has Alex Garcia. He completely misjudged it and saw a player race past him, but the player forgot to take the ball with him. Forward come Cole in the central area once again. Andrick quickly out to try and put Almala under pressure. Has he been too heavy-handed there? No, the referee says play on. Andrick plays one ball to the left and then he's pushed to the floor as he looks to receive the 1-2. Martel remonstrating with the referee Hartman that there was a foul on Almala by Andrick in the first place. Andrick's now remonstrating with Hartman, saying that whoever shoved him to the ground should be going into the book, and Hartman's just got to take a moment or two here just to get the Rhine derby to calm down once again. It was Kaminski who was bundled over by Andrick in the first place. Then as Kaminski tracked back trying to get back into his shape, he tugged Andrick to the floor. And everything's just settled back down again, and Leverkusen get the game back underway. Andrick in the centre circle. Plays it into Alex Garcia, gets it back again from the Spanish metronomical midfielder. Palacios pulls to the right, plays it infield. This is nice from Leverkusen trying to play through, but cut out by Ozkakar, and he plays it back to the goalkeeper Schwab. Schwab, his clearance only goes up in the air and it's spinning high there, and then Schick goes bundling into the back of Lund, and that's going to be a free kick to Köln. Hop just goes over to check that Lund is okay. And he is, so he's going to get back up to his feet. Schwab goes to retrieve the ball from behind the goal and tosses it back down onto the deck, just midway inside his penalty area, slightly to the left. He waves his defence forward, so this is going to be a long free kick from Schwab. Wagner just calmly pacing up and down in his dugout. He's done such a good job since taking over as interim head coach. He's helped Köln move away from imminent danger. I mean, they're not safe yet, but they're no longer in the absolutely precarious position that they're in. Teller gets it down the left, tries to play it one more to Grimaldo. Sibalonson comes sliding out of position, concedes the corner. So coming up to 22 minutes gone here in this Bundesliga clash. It's Köln 0, Bayer Leverkusen 0. It's a glorious sunny day here in Köln. About 18 degrees Celsius, just a light breeze. Feels very nice here. In comes the corner to the far post. Does that come off a Köln player? Yes, it has. So it's another corner, this time from the far side for Leverkusen. Grimaldo quickly sprints over to get into position to take it. Tapsoba's just down, holding the back of his heel. I think a Köln player might have landed on the Burkina Faso's defender. 5 goals for Tapsoba, mainly from set pieces this season as well, so he is always a threat in there. It's going to be an in-swinger from Grimaldo, high in-swinger to the far post, but Andrick's trying to come round the back once again. No contact made on the ball. That goes out for a goal kick to Köln. Once again, Andrick just had his arms all over Martel, who was picking him up from that set piece, and I think had he been able to make contact with the ball, VAR would have had a good long look at that one. Schwab moves it to the right of the penalty area and quickly helped down the line by Sebalonson. Johannesson plays forward looking for Bolter, but Andrick is over comfortably enough and just plays it quickly back to Blažević before getting the ball back from the goalkeeper. In the team today, Blažević, bit of a surprise, no Mark Flecken in goal for Leverkusen, and Janis Blažević, a 34-year-old keeper, been with the club a couple of years now since signing from RB Leipzig. He's made 10 starts, highly capable backup, but still no real news on why Mark Flecken isn't in the team today. And Kuhlman's made a few changes to the starting lineup following the midweek defeat to Bayern Munich in the Pokal. Flecken wasn't expected to be one of them. Cleared forward by Leverkusen, looking for the height of Schick. He flicks it on towards Teller. Sebelonsen comes across and just heads that away from the winger. Quick ball forward, and opportunity here for Köln to keep going forward down the left-hand side, and it was going out for a corner until Kwanzaa comes sprinting over and just hoiks the ball out into the stand. Lund gets a throw in on the far hand side, left-hand side, right up by the penalty area of Leverkusen. It's going to be they're certainly lining up a longer throw, but last time they were here, Lund then took a shorter one, but this time it looks like it is going to be a missile launched into the box. Let's see how long Christopher Lund's long throw actually is as he steps up to the touchline. Throws it, reaches the edge of the 6-yard box, flicked on from that area by Balter, and that's cleared away by Leverkusen. Martel takes a touch. Simpson Pusey goes back to his goalkeeper. Simpson Pusey winning the battle with Schick so far. Long ball forward by Schwab, deep into the Leverkusen penalty area. It's a massive clearance by the Köln keeper. Leverkusen look to now quickly go from back to front themselves, but Simpson Pusey's just going to step across and pick up that ball in space, gives it back to his goalkeeper once again. So far so good for Köln. Anything that Leverkusen tried to do, Köln have been equal to, and they've certainly had the better of the chances themselves. They could easily have 3 goals in this game, and El Mala could have had a hat-trick already. We're only 25.5 minutes in. El Mala's moved down the left-hand side. Little reverse ball back into Johannesson, cut out by Tapsoba. Leverkusen trying to play out down the left. Grimaldo put under pressure. His clearance comes off one. He touches it back again to Garcia. Garcia hits it forward towards Teller. One in the air easily by Sebelonsen. Only heads it as far as Palacios, and the referee's seen something, so that ball's going to go back. There's a quick free kick taken by Tapsoba, and Leverkusen move forwards down the right-hand side. Ball out to the wing to Karl Breath. Karl Breath, couple of touches, drops back into Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa high up the field once again. Gives it back to Karl Breath. Touches it back to the former Liverpool defender. He plays short to Palacios. Palacios goes over to Tapsoba. Quickly drilled out to the left to Grimaldo. Grimaldo's got Teller wider than him. Teller gets the ball now. Former Southampton winger. Takes a couple of touches. Comes back on his right foot. Gives it back to Grimaldo. Receives it once again. Now he looks to cross. Crosses to the middle. Schick gets the first contact. He's gone down, holding the small of his back. Was he barged into from behind there? One of the Köln defenders has also hit the deck. And Schick's holding his head now. I think it might have been Karl Breath who's actually caught Schick, but then in the process of doing that, he's caught, I think it's Lund who's on the floor too, but then shoved Lind into Schick. So 3 of them getting in a right tangle there at the far post. Yeah, it was, in fact, I think it was Kwanzaa who went into Lund. Lund went into Schick, and then it ended up being Lund and Schick who have hit the deck. Either way, the big Czech striker is back on his feet. And I think, yeah, Lund's also up and trotted back out to the left-hand side. So no real damage done. Going to be a drop ball, which Hartmann just drops to the floor, and Schwab takes a couple of touches across his penalty area now. No pressure yet from Leverkusen. Schwab just assessing options as he rolls the ball with his right studs across the goal, and then quickly picks it up as Schick puts him under pressure, rolls it out to Simpson Pusey to the right of the box. He gives it back to his goalkeeper. He takes a couple of touches, comes outside the D, thinks about playing forward, does launch it forward, looking for the run on the right-hand side of Sebelonsen, who was right up the pitch there. Sebelonsen, he seems to be playing more as a right wing back now, and I think Maina has dropped into the back three, possibly. Maybe Wagner's changed the system around a little bit here, because players are popping up in different positions to what they were moments ago. Leverkusen haven't cleared that properly. Shot comes in from distance, and Blaswich has the ball slam into his chest, bounces up, and he gratefully grabs it underneath his crossbar. Cross came in from Lund. Not the best clearance by Tapsoba. Only fell as far as, I think it's Kaminski who's shooting from just inside the penalty area. He's hit it well enough. Ball bounces off Blaswich, bounces high up, and then he just grabs it before it falls underneath the crossbar. Another shot on target for Köln. And, tell you what, they've nearly got in behind there themselves, Leverkusen. Carl Braith making a great run off the ball, off the back of Lund, and that ball just didn't quite connect for Carl Braith, and it bounced through to Schwab. Leverkusen again just starting to find ways to put the Köln defence under a bit of pressure. And Schwab plays out to the left-hand side. And Ojkaka hits it up field, but an offside flag has gone up against Köln, so it's going to be a free kick to Leverkusen, which they take and move the ball across their back three. Grimaldo has it on the left for Leverkusen, tries to play it in behind for Teller, well read by Sebelonsen. He gets it and then moves it into midfield to Johannesson. Johannesson goes back to his goalkeeper. Johannesson starting to find a bit of space in midfield now, and as soon as I say that, gives the ball away, and Palacios quickly drills that one into Mazza. Mazza gets a nice turn. He's coming down the left, being battled by Lund, and has Lund given away a corner there, or is that a goal kick? We're not going to find out immediately. Ball just seeing that ball played in a moment or two ago, looking to get the run of Carl Braith in behind. And it is a corner to Leverkusen. Taken short, out to the edge. Played back round the corner, looking to get the cross in at the near post. And Andrich came in central rather than loitering at the back post, which he's been doing so far today. And he's ended up just running underneath the ball as that Mallard delivered to the far post. And Leverkusen just starting to ask a few more questions of Köln than they have been doing previously. 31.5 minutes gone here. Köln 0, Bayer Leverkusen 0. Leverkusen come out down the left-hand side again with Teller. Teller rolls it back inside to Garcia. Garcia dropping into that left-back position once more before now moving central as Tapsoba gets the ball. He touches it over to Andrić. Andrić just plays it forward with a bit more tempo into Palacios. Palacios deals with that nicely, gives it back to Quansah. Just going backwards here, Leverkusen, not really moving the ball or the game forwards. Carl Braith has it on the right. He has to dribble past a couple before playing back to Quansah. Quansah then plays it into Palacios. Palacios across to Tapsoba, who slips, just about regains his footing to get it out to Grimaldo. Grimaldo with a blue bandage on his left wrist, gives it back to Tapsoba. Tapsoba looks forward before playing into Garcia. Garcia to Palacios, back to Garcia. He drifts across the centre circle before trying to play one through the lines to Malla. Picks him out nicely. Now the ball's right with Carl Braith. Best build-up here of the game here from Leverkusen, but cross blocked to the near post by Simpson Pusey. He touches out to Martel. Martel plays forward while Malla is looking to run onto it, and that's hooked behind for a throw-in to Leverkusen. Seeing the Billy Goat, the famous Köln mascot, nibbling on some foliage down by the side of the pitch. Grimaldo comes forward, plays back inside to Palacios. Palacios playing slightly more left of the two in midfield at the moment. Quick ball by Grimaldo out to Teller. Teller's been staying wide for the last few minutes, trying to get into the game from there. Gives it to Palacios. Little ball into Grimaldo. Gets it back again. Out to Teller. Teller helps it into Grimaldo. Touch lets him down, and Sebelonsen clears forward to the halfway line where Tapsoba retrieves the ball for Leverkusen. Gives it to Alex Garcia now on the left of the midfield. He spears one across to the centre circle where Andrich brings it down, gives it to Gerald Quansah. Quansah out to the youngster again, Köln-Bayer. He takes a couple of touches, comes inside, gives it back to Quansah, and the ball moves over to Tapsoba, who steps out of the centre circle. Little ball again to Palacios. Patient build up here from Leverkusen. Mahler gets it back to goal. Turns, plays a one ball into Garcia. He pops it back to Palacios. Palacios back to Mahler. Good possession again here from Leverkusen. Patiently trying to find the right time to pierce their way through the defence, and they're playing triangles all the way back to the centre circle here where Andrich has it on the halfway line. He's looking to see if there's a more direct route through, but opts to play short to Mahler. Mahler back in to Garcia. Garcia is bundled to the floor by Johannesson. That's got to be a yellow card, surely, for the Icelandic international. Incredibly clumsy. Barging into the back of Alex Garcia. No yellow card shown. Free kick to Leverkusen, midway inside the Köln half. Alex Garcia is standing over it. 6 assists this season for Garcia as he bends this one into penalty area, headed away comfortably by Simpson Pusey. Garcia chests it down once again to a Leverkusen teammate, and then Quansah plays back to Blaswich in the goal. Quickly moved out to Köln-Bayer. Köln-Bayer to Quansah. Quansah heading back towards his own goal. Goes back to the goalkeeper. That's a bit short. El Maller's got round him. This is a great opportunity here for Köln to take the lead. He's hit the post from an open goal on a tight angle. Once again, Köln failed to take the lead. El Maller fails to add to his 11 goals of the season. He could have had 15 for the season if he'd taken all his chances so far in this first half. And now Grimaldo nearly gets in behind on the other end of the pitch, and Schwab is off his line. It was a poor pass back from the youngster again. Second time he's put his team in trouble today. El Maller took a touch past Blaswich. It was a tight angle. It was on his right foot, but he still should have been bending this one comfortably into the unguarded net. He ended up hitting the near post as opposed to the far post. And an absolute let-off once again for Leverkusen. There could have been 6 goals in this first half, but it remains 0-0, and 5 of them could have gone to Köln. Both teams have hit the woodwork. It's been entertaining, and I'm amazed it remains goalless. So we've got 9 minutes plus stoppages at the end of this first half. Will we see a goal before half-time? Garcia picks the ball up and goes back to Tapsoba. Tapsoba throws El Maller a dummy, and El Maller falls to the floor. Long ball played forward towards Teller. Teller heads it central looking for Schick. Well cut out by Ojnaka. Ball's played forward by Sebalonson, but that's only gone as far as Palacios in midfield. Grimaldo tries to play back to Teller. Cut out in midfield, and Köln regroup by going back to Schwab. Schwab to the left, to the Turkish left central defender Ojaka. He plays it forward aimlessly, cut out by Andrich. Andrich equally aimlessly plays it forward, and Köln-Bayer was never going to bring that down. That goes out for throw-in to Köln on the left-hand side. Just seeing that chance again. Terrible blind back pass by Quansah. El Maller was hiding, then sprang into gear when he realised he could get there ahead of Blaswich. Great touch to go past the goalkeeper. The angle was tight and it was on his weaker foot, but you would still expect a youngster in such hot form to tuck that one into the back of the net, but he failed to do so, and it remains 0-0. Tapsoba brings it forward for Leverkusen, approaching the halfway line, rolls it back, gives it inside to his captain Andrich. Andrich to Quansah. Quansah back to Andrich. Tapsoba gets the ball quickly out to the left again, and Grimaldo, first time ball down the line to Teller. Teller gets the chance to run at the penalty area, pulls it back to Grimaldo. Defender's fallen over. Grimaldo tries to shoot right-footed. It's blocked by Simpson Pusey, and then I think it's Grimaldo who's come steaming in and just smashed the ball at goal right-footed. Block then came in. Teller pulls it back. It was Grimaldo who went darting into the box. Good block. Then Teller comes throwing himself at the ball. And it was Simpson Pusey who then just caught Teller after the shot was completed. Simpson Pusey looks a little bit guilty there with the contact that he made on Teller, but it's only a corner to Leverkusen, nothing more than that. Schwab was tipping that one up and over the bar. Teller's taking his time to get back to his feet. I think he took a knock to his ankle there, but he's still on the pitch. And hobbling back in towards the penalty spot now. Refusing treatment. Simpson Pusey still looking a little bit guilty. Corner for Leverkusen. Curled in to the near post, headed away by Simpson Pusey. Only as far as Grimaldo, who strikes it from distance up and over the crossbar. Ambitious effort there from Grimaldo. About 35 yards out. It was sitting up nicely. Worth the strike. But ultimately up and over the crossbar. So we're approaching the 40th minute. Still goalless in the Rhine derby here in Köln. Just looking around the other games that are being played. FC Heidenheim have a 1-goal lead against St. Pauli at the moment. Mainz lead Bayern Munich by 2-0. The other games are all goalless. Wolfsburg against Gladbach. Augsburg against Stuttgart. Teller comes towards the penalty area, touches it left to Grimaldo, plays it back to Garcia. Garcia trying to help him around the corner. The referee had a perfect view of that. That's a handball that's been given. It's a penalty to Leverkusen. I said earlier in the game that Köln were looking like a team that should have scored and Leverkusen were going to make them pay for it. And this is the opportunity for Leverkusen to make it pay. Palacios pushed it towards the rushing Grimaldo, and Martel stuck his chest out, but the ball came off his upper arm as opposed to his chest. Martel is still saying that he had his arms behind his back, but I'm in agreement with Hartmann here. At the angle I've just seen, it came quite clearly off Martel's arm, and Hartmann could not have been in a better position to make this call. Perfectly placed, the referee. And yeah, Martel might feel that his hands were behind his back there, but it was only after contact was made that he moved his arms behind his back. And that is absolutely a penalty to Leverkusen. Is it going to be Patrick Schick who takes it? He loves scoring the goals against Köln. And he has 5 goals against them in his 7 games and has never lost. So an opportunity for the 30-year-old Czech to give the away team the lead here. Martel has finally given up his protests. Schwab is jogging back to his goal line. Sebelonsen is just comes to give him a quick chest bump to wish him the best of luck for this spot kick. It would be harsh on Köln if they do go in a goal down here at the break, but they've only got themselves to blame that they haven't taken the chances that come their way. Can Schick take this chance that's been gifted to Leverkusen? He looks focused. Hartmann just making sure everyone is outside the penalty area. Big outward breath from Schick. Starts his run up. Clean run up, stops, hesitates, plays it to the left of Schwab and puts Leverkusen a goal to the good. Confident penalty from Patrick Schick. Schwab went the right way, guessed it was going to his right, got down there but was unable to keep the ball out. And Leverkusen, despite facing so many shots on their own goal, have a 1-goal lead. It wasn't the best penalty ever by Schick. Schwab guessed the right way, got a right hand to it, but wasn't able to keep the ball out. And Leverkusen have a 1-goal advantage late in the first half here in the Rhine derby. Patrick Schick with his 6th Rhine derby goal in 8 games, and he's never lost this fixture. And Leverkusen, who've had a much better record in recent times than Köln, look like they're going to be taking a 1-goal lead into the break. Schwab has played every single minute of the season for the home team, but that wasn't his finest minutes as he got down to that penalty. Really should have kept it out. It wasn't the best strike by Schick at all. Disappointment was etched all over the face of Marvin Schwab. Leverkusen picked the ball up on the halfway line. Once again, Alex Garcia looks to thread it through to Teller. Teller touches it back to Grimaldo. Grimaldo, nice little ball in field to Alex Garcia, who'd raced into the penalty area. He flicked it backwards. Foul on Grimaldo. Yellow card's been shown. Is that to Johannesson? Yeah, Johannesson was lucky not to get booked earlier on in the half, so no wonder Hartmann's decided that did warrant a yellow. Just body checking Grimaldo as he looked to continue his run forward. That's his 5th yellow card of the season for Johannesson, and it's a dangerous free kick position again here for Leverkusen. It's to the left of the area, so it suits a right footer. Wait and see who's going to take this free kick. And Köln just have to be careful here. They can't let the fact that they've gone a goal down undo all the good work that they've done in the first half by letting their heads drop and by losing their discipline. But since the goal, it certainly felt a little bit like that. We're just waiting for this free kick to be taken. Alex Garcia is standing over it. They've dropped the defensive line to near the 6-yard box here, Köln. It's a bit congested in front of the goalkeeper, swung in, headed away comfortably by the Köln defence. Not a good ball in really by Alex Garcia. Touch back to Grimaldo. He moves back towards the halfway line, goes central to Köln-Bayer. I think Köln-Bayer goes back to Blaswich. First time ball into the air. Teller tries to get up and flick it on, unable to do so. One in the middle of the park, and there was an offside flag that's gone up against Nathan Teller there. So free kick, which Simpson Pusey takes quickly for Köln, goes to his right, gets it back from Sebulonson, and then moves it out to the left to Ojaka. He goes back to the goalkeeper, and Schwaber slows it all down. We've got 2 minutes of injury time here at the end of the first half. We've had 1 minute of it, so just 60 seconds left for Köln to try and get an equaliser before the half-time whistle. They play that ball forward to El Mala, but that comes off the young striker's head. It's going to be a throw-in to Leverkusen, which Tapsoba very slowly goes over to take this throw-in. Ronaldo just hobbling a little bit there. They're just still suffering the ill effects of Johannesson's body check a few moments ago. Throw into Köln on the right-hand side. Mayner, who's barely been mentioned in this half, takes a throw, gives it to Johannesson, gets it back again, tries to play it forward, headed out for another throw. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if that's the last action of this first period. Yeah, the half-time whistle has gone. Hartmann brings the first period to a close, and FC Köln have had the better chances, but it's Bayer Leverkusen who lead by a goal to nil. Patrick Schick's penalty after Martel handballed it in the area, and despite having many more shots on goal than their opponents, Köln go in having failed to score. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second half of the Rhine derby, so do join us then. Welcome back to the Rhine Derby. We're just waiting for the two teams to re-emerge for the second half, and to remind you that FC Köln trail Bayer Leverkusen by a goal to nil after Patrick Schick's 43rd minute penalty gave the away team the lead here. Köln started the first half like a steam train. They managed to get 8 shots, 4 on target in the first period. XG of about 1.22 off the back of it. Syed Al-Mala was the primary culprit of Köln not taking the lead in that game, and it just smelled like one of those ones where Köln were going to regret not striking first, and that is indeed how it played out. Martel being whistled for handball by the referee Robert Hartmann, and Patrick Schick stepped up and slotted it to the right-hand side of the Köln goalkeeper Schwab's right hand. He got a hand to it but was unable to keep it out, and yeah, Patrick Schick's 12th Bundesliga goal of the season is all that separates these two teams here, bathed in sunshine at this famous home ground of FC Köln. Two teams are now back on the field. Just trying to see if any changes have been made. Doesn't look like they have made any changes between them. Kasper Holmand and René Wagner. And it's going to be Leverkusen dressed all in blue today in their away kits, who are kicking from left to right. They get this second half underway. Immediately going down the right-hand side with Köln-Bayer. Köln-Bayer pulls it across, and Simpson Pusey hacks the ball forward. So it gives me an opportunity to bring the two teams to you. So we'll start with FC Köln. René Wagner has his team lined up in a 3-4-1-2 shape. So goalkeeper is the captain, Marvin Schwab. Back three of the Dane Sebulson, the Englishman Simpson Pusey, and the Turk Oskar Kah. And across the midfield four, you've got the right wing-back Maynard, the left wing-back Christopher Lund. Isak Johansson booked in the first half, holding the midfield with Martel. Kaminski's playing just behind a front two of El-Mala and Bulter. For Kasper Hullmann's Leverkusen, you've got Blaswich in goal, back three of Kwanzaa, Andrik Tapsoba. The midfield four of Köln-Bayer, Grimaldo down the wings, and Palacios and Garcia as the double pivot in midfield. Mazza and Teller are playing either side of the goal scorer Patrick Schick. And Leverkusen have the ball on the halfway line, and Lex Garcia is just moving through the centre circle, gives it to Andrik, he moves it to Tapsoba. Ball goes forward to Palacios. Palacios, nice little ball into Mala. Mala nearly threaded that through to Teller. Well cut out by Sebulonson, and here comes Maynard down the right-hand side. Tries to get Al-Mala into the penalty area. Al-Mala gets it under control, gives it back to Maynard. Maynard slows it down, goes back to his striker. And then they move the ball back into Johansson. It's all slowed down a little bit for Köln here in this attack now. Sebulonson goes to his right, and Johansson gets the ball. Johansson gives it to Martel. Martel comes across the midfield, plays it to the left, and Ojakar comes back central, gives it to Simpson Pusey. Furthest forward, Simpson Pusey's been in this game in possession. Goes right, Johansson touches it out to Maynard. Maynard goes back to Simpson Pusey on the halfway line. He moves the ball out to his left-sided central defender, Ojkaka. Lund goes back deeper to the Turk, and in the end, Köln go all the way back to their goalkeeper, Schwab. So possession here for Köln, but they've gone from one penalty area to the other, and it's back with their goalkeeper, Schwab. He takes a couple of touches before passing to the right and giving it to Simpson Pusey once again, back to the goalkeeper. Here comes the press from Leverkusen, so Schwab goes longer this time. El-Mala flicks it on. Chance here to run in behind. Is he going to get there? Goalkeeper comes out. Blaswich again bravely to the feet of El-Mala, who just tried to touch it past the goalkeeper. And once again, Syed El-Mala found himself in the penalty area, advancing on the goal of Leverkusen, and once again he's unable to take advantage. Here come Leverkusen down the right-hand side. Köln-Bayer plays it in behind for Mala to run onto. He comes to the edge of the box to the right hand side, comes inside, tries to cross it up, away it goes from Simpson Pusey's head, and then a foul. Or was that an offside given? No, offside given. Hartman just responding to his assistant's flag. Mala got in behind Andrik once again, touched it, tried to touch it past Blažević, as he'd done so successfully in the first half, but this time the goalkeeper was equal to it, blocked it out. Now Mala is certainly causing problems for the Leverkusen back three, but he's not been lethal in front of goal today. He could have had 3 or 4 had he been more accurate with his finishing. That's a bit of a tricky back pass for Blažević to deal with. He does so well, gets it to Grimaldo on the left, and they try to work it out down this left-hand side. Leverkusen, that ball's been overrun by Alex Garcia, and it's gone out for a throw-in on the far-hand side, the right-hand side. Simpson Pusey in possession, gives it over to the left, and Ozkaka. He takes a couple of touches, left-footed, thinks about playing forwards, then goes central, gets it back again. He's on loan from Valencia. Cenk Ozkaka. Got a bit of top-flight European experience in Spain before coming to Bundesliga. He's been involved in this. Well, this is his 18th start today for his new team. Well, I say new team, he's made that many starts for the team. He's been part of the fabric all season. Clipped forward, headed away on the right hand side by Köln-Bayer. He storms forward, and Palacios switches from right to left. Teller doesn't bring it down first time, has to now go a bit wider to the left, gets it under finally, gives it back to Grimaldo. Grimaldo into Garcia. Grimaldo and Garcia exchange a couple more passes. Grimaldo changes the angle a little bit, allowing Garcia to get out, and then that ball goes into Palacios, who spins round nicely, keeps possession, gives it back to Tapsoba. Tapsoba goes wider to Kwanzaa, who's further up the pitch again in possession. Short to Palacios, out wide to Köln-Bayer. Köln-Bayer gives that one away pretty sloppy there. Martel gets it. He tries to play forward quickly. Good little touch by Mayner to get away from Tapsoba. 3-on-2 here for Köln. Do they make the right decision? Mayner plays it in. Kaminski comes in, and his shot is saved as well by Blažević. And just for a second, it looked like Jacob Kaminski was going to get his 8th of the season. And the lone player misses, and here comes Teller at the other end, plays it in field to Schick. Schick puts it away for 2-0. And that is the ultimate price for Köln to pay for missing yet another chance at the other end. Leverkusen goes straight up the opposite side of the pitch, and Schick has his second. It's 2-0 to Leverkusen. Devastating counter-attack from Rasmus Hillman's team. The camera was still showing Kaminski on the floor in disappointment, and all of a sudden Leverkusen was sprinting forwards. A lovely ball to release Teller in behind. He crossed it, and Schick just stuck out a long left leg, deflected the ball before Ozkaka could get there. That's a really good finish from the tall Czech striker. 2-0 Leverkusen. Schick has 13 for the season. He now has 7 in 8 against Köln. He loves playing against his opponents in the Rhine derby, and it now feels like a monumental task for Köln to turn this one around. They have missed so many big opportunities in this game, and they've been punished twice by Patrick Schick. 12 goals in 25 Bundesliga appearances this season for the Czech striker. He is Leverkusen's top scorer, and boy, have they needed his finishing touch today. You just see the body language of Köln has visibly dropped as that goal went in. This will be their first defeat in 6 games if they're unable to turn it around. They've been on a really good run under René Wagner, and they've played some really good stuff today as well, but they've not been clinical in the penalty area, and that is very much coming back to bite them. Schwab has the ball outside the D. launches direct, looking for Bolter, who pulled away to the left-hand side. One in the air by Kwanzaa, goes out for a throw-in, which Lund takes quickly. Throws it into Kaminski, gets it back again. Lund goes back to the halfway line where Ojaka plays into midfield, help round the corner. Kaminski, little touch off to Martel. Martel goes out to the left-hand side again, where Bolter tries to play him, but that's well read in there by Palacios. He brings the ball away nicely. Garcia releases Teller. Teller takes it on the halfway line. He's got green grass to run into. He sprints up to the penalty area. Köln trying to get back and close him down. They've done a good job of doing so, but he's still got the ball. Teller to Grimaldo on the left. Grimaldo turns, comes back inside to Garcia. Gets the ball back again from his fellow Spaniard. Garcia has the ball now. He's got a full view of the pitch. Rolls it into Palacios. Palacios goes back to Tapsoba to Andrik. All the Leverkusen outfield players inside the Köln half. Köln-Bayer gets it on the right hand side. He tries to run infield. He's slowed down. That's a good bit of tracking in the end by Martel. Sticks a leg out to win the ball back, and Köln only just deal with putting themselves into a bit of pressure there, and Schwab was being put under duress by the press from Leverkusen. Clears it out to the right hand side. Sabulson is the furthest player forward for Köln at the moment on the right. Keeps going, tries to take it down the outside, being slowed down, now tries to come inside, and eventually Leverkusen stop him in his tracks and win the ball back. Sloppy playing out though, Leverkusen. Ball comes into the edge to Kaminski. Kaminski into Elmala. Elmala gets another shot, it blocks, comes to the edge, and it comes and breaks to Leverkusen, who are able to move out. And once again, Köln get themselves into a good position but don't capitalise on it. And Kwanzaa's able to slow it down for the away team. Little ball into Palacios, out to the right to Köln-Bayer, and they play forward Leverkusen. Mala muscled out of it by Ojaka. They go forward down the left once again, but that's too much for Christopher Lund. That runs out for a throw-in on that right-hand side. Just seeing this latest opportunity. Good block by Tapsoba, getting down low as Kaminski's shot rained in. Kwanzaa's got a throw in for Leverkusen on this right hand side. Throws forward, helped on by Schick. Palacios trying to bounce his way through, headed on by Köln, but hooks away quickly by Andrik. Straight back up into the air. Two Köln defenders out jump Schick, and Köln now break to the left of the area. Bolter gets it on his right, tries to bend one top corner, goes wide for a goal kick. Once again, Köln getting in behind the defence factor. It was Elmala who ran off Andrik once again, then cut back in on his right foot, tried to bend it, just went wide of Blaswicz's goal. He has been an absolute danger, an absolute live wire, Mazza, in the first period. And Elmala, you can see why he's so highly rated by everyone in Bundesliga. He's only 19 years old. He's got 11 Bundesliga goals this season. He's the 9th top scorer in the division. Last goal was against Werder Bremen just 13 days ago. He's had an absolute breakout season, but he could have had at least a hat-trick here today. And if he had scored one of those multiple chances, you get the feeling that Köln would have had the confidence to go on and push for more. At the moment, they're now trying to come back from 2-0 down, and we're 57 minutes into this game as Kwanzaa brings it out, plays it to the left-hand side, keeps going forward as Gerald Kwanzaa. Ball goes out to Teller on the left. Teller crosses again, and Kwanzaa nearly got across the near post to make contact. Ball falls in the area to Mala. Mala tries to dance past 1 and 2 defenders, and that's good strength in the end by Sebel Olsen. It goes out for a goal kick. Just looking at the latest great the chance just before Köln scored. It was such a well-weighted pass by Maina, touching it in to the path of Elmala. Goalkeeper stood up tall again, made the save, and it was a big chance that passed them by once more. Leverkusen back with Blaswich. He clears it forward. Kwanzaa brings it down in the middle of the park. Kwanzaa almost playing like a free role in possession when Leverkusen do go forward. Teller on the left-hand side, plays it back into Garcia. Garcia, little ball round the corner. Nice touch by Mala. Tried to get the cross in. Comes off Sebel Olsen and then back up into the chest of Teller. Sorry, Mazza. And that is a goal kick to Köln, who are about to make at least one change, maybe two here. Balta is going off. Castro Montes is coming on for Mena. And Thielman is coming on for Balta. So double change by Rene Wagner. Thielman going up front instead of Balta, and Castro Montes on for Mena. First roll of the dice by the interim head coach of FC Köln. They're doing what they can to find a way back into this Rhine derby. Launched forward by Schwab once again. Almala tried to bring it down, but the ball bounces through to Blaswich and he passes quickly to the left of Grimaldo. Grimaldo plays it down the line. Teller holds it up nicely, goes all the way back to Tapsoba. Tapsoba plays into midfield, gets it back again from Palacios. Palacios gives it back to Tapsoba, and Andrich has space to move the ball forward down the right-hand side now. Kwanzaa gets it under control, gives it back into midfield to Palacios. Nice little ball forward into Schick. Schick holds it up really well. Tried a little back heel to Mala, hasn't worked out, and Köln tried to come forward down the left. I think that's come off a Leverkusen player. No, it hasn't. It's a throw-in to Leverkusen, and they're making a change now as well. Malik Tillman is going to be coming on, and it is the 20-year-old Algerian Ibrahim Mazza who is being withdrawn. So Malik Tillman on to the field of play. He's going to have half an hour to do what he can do. Oh, it's another shocking pass from Kwanzaa, which sent Almala away on goal. Kwanzaa's lucky there because it's been flagged as being a throw-in. Just seeing that Mena was very disappointed at being subbed for Castro Montes, throwing his arms around and banging his hands into the seats of the dugout. You can understand the frustration for any Köln player. They've done so much good stuff and they've been let down by the finishing of their attackers so far in this game. Pick the ball up in the midfield once more, and Sebel Olsen is able to come forward. Sebel Olsen plays it in to Thielman. Thielman goes to the right-hand side. Lund. Castro Montes trying to work the ball, and Leverkusen come out with it. Malik Tillman gets his first couple of touches, and he's played it forward towards Schick. That's good cover by Simpson Hughes. He just steps across, takes ball and man fairly. And Ojaka goes back to Schwab in the Köln goal. What's a risky inside pass that by Ojaka, but they come out with the ball, but then Lund takes a heavy touch and he's crunched by Palacios, and Lund's hit the deck. The Danish left wing back was born in Denmark, actually an American international, Christopher Lund, on loan from Palermo in Italy, Serie B. And he's just felt the full force of Ezequiel Palacios crashing into him. He's back up on his feet, and Köln moved down the right-hand side. Thielman moving into the channel, gets the ball down, plays it back inside to Martel. Martel helps it round the corner to Kaminski. Kaminski plays it off to the right, where Castro Montes gets the cross in, and header at the far post by Castro Montes, goes out for a goal kick. So just trying to work out what shape they've moved into here. Köln. I think they might be playing more of a 4-4-2. Potentially. Sebulson plays it across the left, and Ojaka, he quickly moves it forward into Almala, who keeps possession nicely, plays back. Castro Montes almost seems to be playing as a central midfielder now. And Köln are showing an element of flexibility in their approach. Ball goes down the right hand side. Sebulson races onto it, crosses to the far post towards Lund, breaks to Castro Montes. He steps over the ball to the left of the area. Nice little ball back inside to Kaminski. Kaminski plays it into Almala, and Almala tries to find a way through 3 Leverkusen players, but they hound him out, and now Leverkusen counter-attack. This is a good, quick, swift break from Leverkusen. The youngster, Köln-Bayer, runs through the middle of the pitch. Options to his left, touches it off to his left, where Garcia is able to get it and then just slow it down. Grimaldo joins him in possession, plays it back to Palacios. Little 1-2 with Grimaldo, and Palacios moves towards the centre circle, touches it over to Andrić, and Andrić moves it out to Quansah. Quansah slows it down once again. Thought that he was going to go forward, but then gives it to Tapsoba centrally. Tapsoba goes back to Alex Garcia. Nice little reverse ball through the thirds. Little flick off as well. And Quansah's storming forward with the ball. Goes out to the right. Köln-Bayer comes infield. Is he fouled there by Lund? No, the referee says no. And here's a chance for Almala to stride forward with the ball. Said Almala's got the overlapping run coming in from Martel, but Almala goes himself and his shot's blocked on the edge of the box. Gets a second chance to shoot. Blazes it up and over the crossbar. I'm going to be as bold to say that this isn't going to be Said Almala's afternoon. Selfishly took the shot on first of all. It was well blocked by Andrić. The ball fell to Almala again, and he just swung a right foot at it. Martel has his head in his hands because he made such an energetic overlapping run to the left of the teenager. Teenager made the wrong choice. Ball ended up flying over the crossbar. That gorgeous little touch from Malik Tillman back on my screen once again. He's quickly adapted to the surroundings of this game. Goal kick to Leverkusen that Blaswich blasts forward. Good header on by Simpson Pusey, but it breaks as far as Quansah. Quansah plays it into Schick. Schick into Tillman. Tillman plays it to Palacios. Good quick interchanges here from Leverkusen, and then Palacios slows it down, gives it to Garcia. Garcia goes back to Andrić. Andrić has Quansah again available high up on the right hand side. He rolls it under his studs, plays it through the legs of the Köln player to Tillman, and then tried to play the next ball into Schick, but that just runs through to Schwab in Köln's goal. Captain gets it out to the left hand side to Ojaka quickly. He goes back to the goalkeeper Schwab before receiving it once more. Ball played forward long by Schwab. That's aimless. That's going to go all the way through to Blaswich in the Leverkusen goal. Tapsoba just brings the ball forward. Plays out to the right hand side. Quansah again. Plenty of space. He moves it down the side once more to Köln-Bayer. Good cover by Ojaka. Ball breaks down into midfield, and Martel plays it across to Simpson Pusey. Nice little play here by Köln to beat the press, and Sebulson comes striding forward, but that's good tracking back by Malik Tillman, and then Teller's in there as well, and the bodies are crashing in. It's been a shot from inside his own half. Oh, and that's gone wide of Schwab's goal. I couldn't see which Leverkusen this player has pulled the trigger from inside his own half. Bounces out from Teller. They've just cut the replay just so I was going to tell you who went for the ambitious chip from fully 60 yards. Went wide of Schwab's goal either way. So Köln have an opportunity once again to come down the right hand side. In comes the cross. Chested down the far hand side by Köln-Bayer and clears up the line. Thielmann just trying to get down the wing, get the ball in. Unable to do a great deal with it. Start once again in the middle of the pitch, picked up by Kwanzaa. That's good work. Back into Schick. Schick touches it off beautifully again. He's had such a good game up front, has Patrick Schick. Game's improved each goal he's scored. Confidence searing through the veins of the Czech striker. Leverkusen are now in absolute control of this Rhine derby. 59% of the ball. So it's gone down a little bit in the second half, but they've got that all-important second goal, and they are knocking the ball around at will at the moment. Grimaldo out to the left-hand side where Tillman's drifted out to the left. He goes inside to Garcia. Garcia gives it back to Grimaldo. Grimaldo keeps possession. Tapsoba across to Andrik. Andrik one more to Kwanzaa, and ball's moved out to Köln-Bayer, who's had a good game at right wing-back as well, Köln-Bayer, apart from the couple of horror passes he's made which have created chances for Köln which could have been taken. Other than that, he's generally had a very mature game. Köln-Bayer, good positioning, good on the ball, moved up and down the line with good energy, switched out to the left hand side where Tillman tries to keep it in play, does keep it in play, but the ball breaks for Köln to come out. Thielmann goes back to Sebelonson in field to Simpson Pusey. He turns away, gives the ball to Martel. Martel strides forward, quick ball into Kaminski, who turns, faces the Leverkusen defence, comes across the centre circle, goes out wide right to Thielmann. Thielmann takes a touch, comes back inside to Sebelonson. Sebelonson goes back out wide to Thielmann. Thielmann runs forward, comes inside, little ball, 1-2 with Kaminski, given away. Cleared up by Leverkusen, and Teller deep, plays it infield to Palacios. He touches it back to Garcia, but gives it away. Shot comes in and it's blocked by Köln. Elmala tries to get onto it. He's now trying to go around the outside of everything. He has another wild shot at goal. And has that been blocked by Andrik, or has that gone out for a goal kick? Corner kick, I think, to Köln. Said Elmala again doing what he can. To me, that looked like it went straight out for a goal kick. But we're having a double substitution either way by Köln. It looks like 3 for Leverkusen, so they will have made all their changes. Let's see who's coming on. Well, Kaminski's going off for Köln. The youngster Köln-Bayer is definitely off for Leverkusen. This is going to need some unpicking once all these changes have been made. Can't really see what is happening down there. Teller is being withdrawn by Hjulmand as well. He's making his way over very, very slowly. Arta is on. I didn't see who the other sub was coming on down below. Have to wait for the official changes to be sent in my direction. Blaswich launches the ball upfield. So Waldschmidt came on for Johannesson and Chavez for Lund. For Köln. Tapsoba has the ball to the base of the centre circle, plays it over to the right hand side. And Kwanzaa into Palacios. Palacios keeps the ball in Leverkusen's possession. They come forward with Kwanzaa down the left-hand side, but it's just bundled through for a throw-in to Leverkusen, which they take quickly. Switched over to Tapsoba, who moves it out wide left to Grimaldo. Grimaldo keeps possession. Goes back inside to Tapsoba. Leverkusen just so in control of this game now. They're not taking any unnecessary risks. So comfortable on the ball, and they might have lost to Augsburg last weekend and then to Bayern in the week, but they're really getting themselves back into good shape here as they look to chase down that Champions League place. Schick just called for a foul, catching Martel in the face as Martel came moving forwards. Yeah, flailing arm from Schick, and Martel trying to get back in and do his defensive job. Just caught that one right in the smacker from Schick. Alex Garcia also withdrawn by Leverkusen. Fernandez is on, as is Ben Seguir for Teller. So that's all the changes for Leverkusen up to date. Just having confirmation as well that Waldschmidt came on for Johannesson in midfield for the home team. Cole, they're coming forward down the left hand side. Nice spin around in there by Castro Montes. He's got the ball to the edge of the box. Almala again trying to create something. It's bounced out towards the goal line. Played back to Waldschmidt. He comes in field. Tries to keep possession. Goes back to Simpson Pusey. Left foot of Thielmann comes back in field to Simpson Pusey. Out wide right. Cross comes in. Header at goal. Comfortable save for Blazwich. Cross came in from the right hand side by Köln. Stood up by Thielmann. And it was number 7, Waldschmidt, who got himself into the attacking position. And his header was comfortably saved by Blazwich. Another chance, passes Köln by Almala, tries to touch it off to Kaminski, bouncing around, and Arta is able to get his first touch of the ball, and he's bundled to the floor by Martel. Martel got the most yellow cards in the Köln squad. He's going to be careful. He's just starting to throw himself around a little bit and doesn't want to pick up another one. 76 minutes gone here in Köln. It's 2-0 to Bayer Leverkusen. As Tapsoba slows it down, building out from back once again. Nice ball through the lines though, this time to Ben Seguir. Ben Seguir tries to get a turn, but bounces around and picked up in there by Felipe Chavez. Chavez plays forward. Köln then go back to Ojkaka, out to the left-hand side, and Castro Montes. Castro Montes gives that one away. That's a poor ball, and Leverkusen tried to counter quickly. Thielmann, nice little ball inside to Ben Seguir. Ben Seguir gets down the right-hand side. Cross comes in from Arta, headed away at the far post by Simpson Pusey. Good touchdown by Waldschmidt. Ball played forward, looking to release. Almala once again, he runs at the defence once again, turns into his right foot, tries to then roll it under his studs, and they're all falling around. There is a goal for Köln. Waldschmidt takes advantage of Leverkusen not clearing their lines as Almala was trying to bundle his way through towards goal. A couple of tackles came in from Leverkusen, and then the ball just fell to Waldschmidt. He just ran onto it and lashed it home from a fairly close distance. And he's only been on the pitch a couple of moments, and he's managed to do what Saeed Almala and the rest of the Köln team have failed to do all afternoon, and that is get the ball into the back of the net. It was very well taken in the end. Almala came across, Andrich went throwing himself in, then Andrich tried to poke it away, but only poked it as far as Waldschmidt, and the sub was onto it in a flash to get his 5th Bundesliga goal of the season. Very nice left-footed finish, and he quickly sprinted into the goal to pick up the ball, sprinted back to the centre circle, plonked it down on the spot, and we're back underway again here. And Köln have given themselves a lifeline. They've got 12 minutes plus injury time to try and get an equaliser. The flares are going off in the stands behind Schwab's goal as Leverkusen come towards that goal. Could Köln get themselves out of jail here and snatch at least a point? Joe Kwanzaa has the ball and he goes back to Andrich inside his own half. It was Andrich who unwittingly touched the ball to Waldschmidt before he fired it home. And Köln are now starting to pick up second balls in midfield as well. Martel does well. Gives it back to Castro Montes. He drifts across the back line. Plays a good ball forward to Felipe Chavez. Chavez gets the ball again. Comes over the halfway line. The little Chilean left-footed midfielder. Very elegant on the ball. He's got it again. Looking for options forward. Clips it up towards the box. Well, Waldschmidt brings it down. In fact, it was Sebelonsen rushing in from right central defence. And he had the touch of a central defender as he arrived in the box there. It was a wonderful ball in by Felipe Chavez. And it was a good run by Sebelonsen, but his touch just let him down. He got in behind defence. He could have brought it down on his chest and hit the shot early. Failed with the first bit of technical skill that was needed, and it bounced off his chest and went out for that goal kick, which Blažević has now played upfield. Schick wins the header, but Simpson Pusey picks up the second ball. Sebelonsen goes back across to Ozicek, and Ojaka goes forward. Tapsoba brings it down, clips it forward himself out to the left-hand side. It's just going to run away in front of Ben Seguir, and it's a throw in to Köln, which they take quickly. Bit of urgency in Köln's play now. They suddenly have a bit of belief that this game is not completely done and dusted. Ojaka plays across to Simpson Pusey, and they move the ball up towards the centre circle. Martel came in short to receive it, but Simpson Pusey ignores him and plays out to the Turk. Ojaka, he gives the ball to Castro Montes, gets it back again, and then they'll go all the way back to Schwab. No way through for Köln down that left-hand side at the moment. Ojaka gets it again, gives it straight back to his goalkeeper Schwab. They're just trying to pull Leverkusen a little bit higher up the field to create space in behind. Now the long ball goes up to Elmalah. He plays it down nicely to Castro Montes, who comes in from the left-hand side, gets it in there. Elmalah goes to ground. No appeals for a penalty from anybody indeed. The referee's waving it away anyway. Forward come Köln once again. They've got the ball on the edge. Castro Montes plays a little 1-2. It's bouncing around in there another time, and it's hacked away. Grimaldo taking no chances at all, just thumps the ball forward, and Leverkusen are rocking a little bit at the back. Elmalah is continuing to cause them lots of problems without finding the back of the net. And you just feel like if Köln are going to find an equaliser, it could well come from the involvement of Elmalah. They have the ball again with Ojaka on the halfway line. He swings one out to the right hand side. What a pass that is. Brought down well by Thielmann. He comes inside, helps it round the corner. Little back heel comes in from Kaminski. Thielmann unable to get onto it. Creative stuff here from Köln as they're trying to push for this equaliser. Ben Seguir comes forward and he gets bundled over. Good play by Ben Seguir. Just waited for the contact, got the foul, able to slow it down. Chance for Leverkusen just to regroup a little bit, because the last few minutes have been Köln in the ascendancy. And this game is not as done as dusted as I suggested it might have been when Leverkusen got their second. Some goals elsewhere in Bundesliga, still 0-0 between Wolfsburg and Gladbach. Augsburg and Stuttgart are level at 1 apiece. Bayern Munich have come back, but it's now 3-2 to Mainz. And Heidenheim still have that 1-0 lead against St. Pauli. Games coming up still in this matchday weekend. Hamburg against Hoffenheim coming up straight after this game, which is still Köln 1 by Leverkusen 2. 7.5 minutes plus stoppages left at the end of this second half. Andrich plays in field to Palacios. Palacios, nice little ball in to Thielmann. Thielmann quickly out to Arta, gives it back in field to Palacios. Arta plays it back to Kwanzaa. Good press here from Köln as Waldschmidt puts the back line under a bit of pressure. Nice turn in there from Fernandez, keeps possession under a bit of pressure. Oh, it's a lovely little nutmeg from Arta. He comes forward, plays the ball into Schick, but well read by Simpson Pusey. He comes out with the ball. They come down the left now. Waldschmidt seems to be operating more on the left-hand side in the last couple of minutes. Plays back, comes off a Leverkusen player, and it's going to be a throw-in, which Castro Montes will no doubt take on this left-hand side. Kaminski's on the deck, having been caught by Arta, and he's in quite a bit of pain, covering both hands over his face. He's having a conversation with Hartman. Can't believe the free kick wasn't given against his opponent there. I'm just seeing back on my monitor that the initial move that led to the Köln goal, El Malo, who's close to being offside, was in fact onside, as we assumed, because the goal was given some minutes ago. I'm just seeing it from Błaszczyk's point of view as well. There was a lot of activity in front of him, and then suddenly the ball appeared from nowhere to the feet of Waldschmidt, and he just fired home without even thinking. Bade is about to come on for Leverkusen, and I think Köln are making their final change as well. I thought Leverkusen had made all 5 subs. They hadn't. They'd made 4, which is why they're able to bring on Bade. See who came on there for Köln, so I'll just have to wait for that to come through on my monitor. Bade's on. He's going to slot into the defence for Leverkusen. Kaminski's back up on his feet. He plays it across to Simpson Pusey. Simpson Pusey comes forward, gets out to the right hand side. Sebelonsen gives it back to the English defender. Niang has come on for Martel for Köln. Ball comes out to Kaminski on this left-hand side, plays it one more to Castro Montes. The Belgian drifts forward, cross easily cleared away by Andrik, well brought down by Ozkaka. Bade's come on for Gerald Kwanzaa, and Schwab gets the ball moving forward again to Simpson Pusey. Simpson Pusey inside the centre circle, little short pass to Felipe Chavez. Chavez goes out to the left, and Ozkaka. Nice little ball through the lines again to Chavez. Chavez is finding good space here. Chavez, nice little touch off again. Plays into Waldschmidt, and then between the two of them, they lose the ball. Simpson Pusey comes crashing in, wins the tackle. Ball breaks to the edge of the box. Here come Köln on the right hand side. Thielmann pulls it back to the edge. Chance here for Chavez. Blocks. Falls to the volley. It's gone wide. It was a wild strike by the goal scorer, Waldschmidt. Chavez took the first shot and it was blocked. It was well pulled back by Thielmann. Nice place to find Chavez, and Waldschmidt took a touch and then just swung his left boot at it. It just went curling wider and wider of Błaszczyk's goal. The Köln fans still believe here. There's still plenty of noise. They think this Rhine derby's got a couple of acts left for sure. Flares are still going, the smoke in the stands from the pyrotechnics. And Schwaber has the ball again just on the edge of his box. Leverkusen aren't really keeping possession for long periods like they have been doing in the second half, and that's giving Köln the belief that they can keep pushing forwards. Waldschmidt on the left-hand side at the moment gets the ball into Chavez. Chavez turns around, plays a lovely arrow pass from the centre of the park out to the right-hand side, and forward comes Sebelonsen. He crosses. Niang brings it down, tries to spin and shoot, but that's been blocked and well pinched back by Sebelonsen. Down the left-hand side again with Castro Montes. Castro Montes comes forward, plays in side to Kaminski. Kaminski keeps possession well. Chavez on the edge of the box. That's a good tackle coming in from Fernandez. Simpson Pusey moves it left once more. Thielmann plays forward, comes down to Waldschmidt on the edge of the box. He keeps it going to Simpson Pusey, thinks about shooting, goes right to Sebelonsen. Sebelonsen crosses to the far post, gathered by Błaszczyk as Niang tried to get across and get the header in. A Leverkusen player seems to have been barged into the frame of the goal there. Referee's immediately pointing to his watch to say, yeah, I'm going to come and have a look, check you're okay, but there's going to be no time wasting here because the watch has been stopped. I've just seen a couple of incidents back that Köln felt didn't go for them, one being a ball bouncing up off the hand of Fernandez on the edge of the penalty area, but no free kick was given. René Wagner just looking a little bit more pensive than he has done over the course of this game, probably because he's now got something he feels like they can get back into and take. They've played so well for so much of this game, Köln. Created so many good chances and didn't take them, and that's why Leverkusen were able to get 2 goals ahead. Köln have got a goal back and have given themselves a shout, but they're going to need to do more than shout in the next minute plus injury time, because that's all we have left here in the Rhine derby. They're coming forward down the right hand side again though. Niang looking to run in behind the defence, good to cover by Bade. Saw the on rushing Niang and stepped across his line, got the ball under control, and forward comes Ben Seguir. Been quiet since coming on, but it's done well there to get out to the right hand side, and Arthur comes forward. He's got options to his right hand side, gives the ball out to Ben Seguir, who's come all the way out to the right wing. He then takes a touch and goes back to Andrich. Andrich goes all the way back to Bade. Bade seems to be playing more central than Andrich at the moment. Andrich on the right of the back three, gets the ball here from Tap Sober. Nice little ball into Ben Seguir. Ben Seguir pops it into Arthur. Played round the corner nicely by Arthur. Schick gives it back to him. Arthur's got the ball on the right now, the wing back. He's put under pressure by Castro Montes, who's snapping around, but Arthur's just about holding him off. Castro Montes comes in again for another nibble. Hasn't given away the free kick yet, but feels like he was about to. And Arthur celebrates what he thought was a corner as if he just scored the winning goal, and then looks around in disgust as the assistant gave it as a goal kick. And now Arthur is out of position. He's just about getting back in. We're into injury time. The board isn't telling me how many minutes we've got here. Goes out to the left and Castro Montes. Castro Montes out to the wing. Slowed down by Kaminski. Kaminski crosses into the box. Headed away by Bade. Back to Andrich, who just about clears it forward. 6 minutes of injury time here. So we've had nearly one of them. There's 5 minutes left for Köln to find a way through. Ojkaka comes forward with the ball at his feet. Left-footed, rolls it under his studs, goes infield to Chavez. Chavez across to Simpson Pusey. Sibyl Onsen is all the way wide on the right side and gets the ball to his feet. Takes a touch, plays it down the line. Looking to get it to Thielmann, but well dealt with by Tap Sober at the back, and they've worked their way out nicely, Leverkusen. This is good from Leverkusen. Ben Seguir's got space to run into now. He comes over the halfway line, through the centre circle, comes forward, plays it in one for Thielmann to try and run onto. Good, strong defending by Ojaka. Lent into the back of Thielmann. Thielmann went to ground, never going to be a penalty. And Köln are able to try and start another attack from deep inside their own half. Goes out wide right to Thielmann. Thielmann to Sibyl Onsen. Sibyl Onsen crosses low into the box, just about cleared by Leverkusen. Another chance to get it out to Sibyl Onsen. The Dane takes it, the Norwegian player takes a touch, brings it down, gets it back to Chavez. Chavez has the ball just outside the penalty area, thinks about crossing, goes wide right again. Thielmann has the ball, rolls it under his studs, plays it back to Chavez. Chavez into Simpson Pusey. Simpson Pusey's nice little ball in there. This is a good chance. Oh, the shot is deflected up and away from Waldschmidt. And is that going to be a corner? Yes, it is. It's a corner to Köln. Comes off Bade. Köln aren't rushing to take this. They want to take their time and get it set up correctly, I think. So, being placed down. It's on this near hand side. It's going to be taken right footed. It's going to be an in-swinger. They're crowding the 6-yard box. Blazwich got a little bit of space to cope with there. Now they've just moved that block outside the 6-yard box. Swung in. Oh, and Simpson Pusey got so close getting his head on that one. Goes out for a goal kick. In fact, it was Ojaka who got closest to the ball, unable to get the flick that was needed to divert it goalwards. And that is a goal kick to Bayer Leverkusen. Köln's next matches against Union Berlin, Heidenheim and Bayern. They are not safe yet, and those next 3 fixtures are going to dictate how their season ends, of course. Launch forward, one in the air by Simpson Pusey. Nice turn by Belseguir. He comes forward, keeps the ball under control, goes back to Grimaldo. Grimaldo not bombing on anywhere near like he was in the first half, and until they had something to defend. Leipzig, Stuttgart and Hamburg coming up next for Leverkusen. Can they get 3 points here, which still keeps them in the hunt for that Champions League spot that they so desire? Tapsoba has the ball, plays it in to Palacios. 2 minutes left in this Rhine derby. Tillman plays it around the corner, nice 1-2 with Arta. In comes Simpson Pusey, pinches it, gets it to Castro Montes. They've got to go forward here, Cole. Castro Montes spins, goes central across the middle of the pitch. Cole sprinting forward down the right-hand side. It's with Sebel Onsen. Sebel Onsen, heavy touch there. Meant he couldn't get the cross in. Plays it out to Thielman. Thielman tries to get a corner out of it. No, he's given away a free kick. And Thielman appeals to the assistant on that far-hand side. Just see, he's all over the back of Grimaldo. But Grimaldo didn't need too much of an invitation to hit the deck, which was why Thielman was suggesting to the assistant that maybe he's bought that a little bit too easily. Blaswich is in no hurry to take this free kick. 90 seconds left in this Bundesliga game. Köln 1 by Leverkusen 2. The green shirt of Blaswich launches the ball forward. Schick helps it on once again, brought down by Fernandez in midfield. And Blaswich has just been shown a yellow card there for taking so long to take that free kick. Sebelonson has gone clattering in to Fernandez. Just came through the back of him. Fernandez again hit the deck, and he's not going to hurry to get back to his feet. Just kills any momentum. Takes a few more seconds off the clock. 45 seconds left, plus anything extra that our referee Hartman wants to add on top. For the first time today, Köln fans are not as noisy as they've been all day. I think they realise that the jig might be up. Poor free kick though by Leverkusen. They've just knocked it down the line. It's gone straight out for a goal kick, and an opportunity for Köln to launch this one forward and maybe get one more chance. They've played it backwards though. The referee's asked them to take it again, that's why. So Schwaber quickly passes it to Ozhaka, gives it back to the goalkeeper, takes a touch outside his penalty area. This has surely got to go forward. He plays it forward, but that's very poor from Schwab. Nowhere near a Köln player who've thrown themselves forward, and it's knocked back in, and Schwab races back into his goal mouth to get the ball. Played forward long. An attempted flick on by Elmala. Ball's up in the air once again. Yang can't get there. Elmala's going to try and put Arta under pressure. He's not fouled him. The referee says play on. Elmala, nearly got it into the 6-yard box. It's out for a corner. Elmala sprinting to the corner. Will there be time to take it? Takes it quickly. Castro Montes swings it into the box. There's a flick on. And it's cleared off the line by Tapsoba at the far post. Managed to read the play, got there and blocked it. The shot comes in from distance, and Blaswich collapses on it. And Andrić jumps on the back of Tapsoba because that was such a vital goal line clearance. And that is surely going to be the end of this Rhine derby. And Köln have had so many shots on target, and they're going to come away with nothing. And there is the final whistle. It finishes 2-1 to Bayer Leverkusen. Wagner and Köln's little unbeaten record comes to an end. Rasmus Hillman sees his team take another step towards Champions League spots. But really, that is one that has got away for the home team. They had so many chances, so many good chances in this game. 8 shots on target, 23 shots in total. 8 for Leverkusen, 3 of which were on target and 2 of which went in most crucially. Hope you've enjoyed this afternoon's coverage of this Bundesliga clash. Just to remind you, Bayer Leverkusen have beaten FC Köln by 2-1. They win the Rhine derby once again. Patrick Schick was the hero with both goals. He continues to remain unbeaten in this fixture. We'll be back with some more Bundesliga action later on this afternoon. Thank you for joining us.